Hello, my name is Käthriin Lilp. I have blonde long hair and I'm wearing the white shirt. Today I'm from Estonia and I'm working for customer protection and technical regulatory authority. And today I'm talking about accessibility of buildings and organization of supervision. And why accessibility is important. On the picture, we see Elvi as an elder woman. There is Martin with assistant, Reet with family, Eero, Jelena who might have just an injury, and Christina who's using the guide dog to get one point to the other. Can you hear me still? Yes?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, yes.
Yes? Okay, because my screen is blind. I'm talking a little bit about regulations and liability to just get a better look where we are standing and how we are doing our supervision. Regulation 28 was created based on convention which supplements the building code. The building code paragraph 11, subsection 4. And on the bottom there is also a link where you can just see the whole building code. Regulation 28 has been adopted by the minister based on the building code. Regulation 28 is building requirements erased from the special needs of disabled people, is the basis also for the building supervision. There is also different standards. Here I pointed out one European standard, which is EN 17210. If anybody wants to have a closer look later, can do this. On the next slide, we are talking about Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. On March 21st, 2012, the Estonian Parliament ratified the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The purpose of the convention is to protect and ensure equal opportunities for all. It's accessibility to buildings. The state's obligation to establish minimum requirements and check their fulfillments is regulated by Article 9 of Convention. And on the next slide, I'm talking about Article 9. Here on the bottom, there's also a link where you can just see, because Article 9 is longer than it's here. And this is about accessibility. To give disabled people the opportunity for independent life and equal access to all areas of life, physical environment, transportation, information, and communication. That means that accessible needs to be buildings, road, transport, and other indoor and outdoor facilities, including schools, housing, hospitals, and workplaces, and also many other. Accessible also needs to be information, communication, and other services, including electronics and emergency services. It's important to develop the minimum requirements and control whether the requirements are fulfilled. Cooperation with stakeholders, giving them different trainings, raise the knowledge of the various group of public services, and preparing instructional materials. The principles from which we based accessibility in supervision is caring, which is inclusion of all, safety, stairs, ramps, moving around the room, healthiness, functionality, understandable, like layout, information, signs, and also inclusions, cooperation with all the stakeholders. Competence. We check buildings that provide services to the public for compliance with requirements related by special needs for people with disabilities. We don't generally give approvals to the project. Instead, we monitor them while the buildings are in use. We advise owners, architects, builders, and municipalities in explaining the meaning of propose of the accessibility requirements regulation. Focus and making the choices. Main focus is on new and recently constructed buildings. Principal making choices, what service they offer, how many people use the service, how big is the public interest, new or different outlooks, like example hospitals, schools, kindergartens, universities, municipal buildings, state houses. They are like the main focus, what we are always checking. Now, what we do. We inform the owners of the building about the supervision. And why the owner? Because in Estonia, the owner is responsible of the building. Like even when they think that they had architects or other people with qualifications, end of the day, they are actually responsible. And if there is any issues, then they have to start to fix them. On the object, we're filling up the form. We have a little helpers because we need to make sure that the ramps are correct. We measure the stairs, handrails, and we're making plenty of photos. While we are walking around the object, we give the feedback if there is any issues. Mainly one object takes 2 to 2.5 hours, sometimes up to 3 hours. It depends how big is the object. After we send out the form, which we did fill up on the object, and the company has up to 1 month to give us the feedback if there was any problems, what cannot be solved. Examples, it was old building and there is no possible to put the lift in it, or there is some other department's regulation, example, fire department regulations or something. And after that, they have to start fixing the problems. On the next slide, there is a little to better understand the regulations of, we have been create the self-checklist that every building owner can actually go and check if their building is accessible. And there's pointed out all the regulation number 28 points, what we are asking, like how the lift should be, how the ramps or stairs, the classes. And this is like a very long checklist. And this is only for the building's accessibility checklist. Assessment. Are the defects related to the threat of the human life and health? Do they affect comfort? Are the defects causing inconvenience? Now, what we do after we have been send the form out, at the results of the inspection, we prepare the protocol. We give the owners the opportunity to present his options and objections. If an agreement is reached between us and the owner of or the manager of the building to eliminate the problems within a reasonable time, the procedure will be closed after the company has been proven with the report and the photos of all the problems have been solved. That means they have to make the photo after every problem what we saw that it is fixed. If the company does not eliminate the problems, we have the right to issue the injunction and give out the dates when the company have to fix the problems. If the injunction is not completed, we are allowed to give out the fine. The penalty can be ordered until the work is done. That means if they don't do it, we're still giving out the fine until the work is done. That means there isn't very much options to not do it. That means mainly they're always doing it on the first time without not getting any fines. Promoting problems. We advise the owners, architects, builders, municipalities in explaining the meaning of meaning and propose of the accessibility requirements regulatory. We're doing the information days to the local government areas. And why we are doing these information days, here I'm talking about what is the competence of the local government areas. Local government areas approves the constructions and the use permits, checking the compliance of the building or constructions with the requirements. if it is important that they have followed all the requirements of the building accessibility regulations, like building code and all the other relevant legal acts. That means they are the first point to actually check if this project is accessible or not. Technical regulatory authority. What we do is we supervise buildings that are already in use. Their services are provided to the public, meets the requirements for the special needs of people with disabilities. If we get some complaints, we respond to the complaint within 30 days. After receiving the complaint, we inform the company and ask what steps they will take to fix the problem. If an agreement is reached, we will not start the supervision process. If we cannot agree, if we don't get the agreement of solving the problem, then obviously we'll go there and start the supervision process, which I was saying it before. That means, again, there's no option to not do it. There is too many regulations. Here is some good examples. Here we see tactile room plans and texts, prior instruction, tactile room plan with the tactile guideline. Also, it's very important if there is no access on the front door, or maybe there is some other way. It's very important to put easy and understandable signs out that people know where is the closest entry for them. Here again, braille information and visual output. Handrail. Floor information is written in the braille on the handrail. Also, the handrail have to be duplicated. And the staircase is tactile and visually marked, which is also written in the regulations. Functionality. It's also important that the handrails are, the colors are different from the wall and the stairs are marked. And to reserve the handrail ensure functionality and does not obstruct the walkway. That's the main reason why usually they don't take the handrails over the steps, because they say it will start blocking the walkway. But this is another example how to make it functional. I was just putting some pictures as universal design, that there is one, two ways to use. Here is the bench, which is also used by everybody. Here is a prill above the door handle that the people who has any problems of seeing, they can actually know where they are, what's behind the door, and it's also important if we use any labels, it have to be in the same place through the whole house. Prill information in the elevator. This is also very important that people get the information, everybody, which service they are going through and which floor it is. Every information point needs the loop amplifier, which is also written in the standards, that it's in the regulations, that every information point need to have it. If the building doesn't have elevator, it must have some alternative, as we see on the picture. And as I said before, if the company said we cannot put elevator in, there's have to be something to make it work. Marking the stairs. This makes like whatever stairs there is, it have to be marked to see it. And here is the tactile line. Usually the tactile line have to take you to the toilets, wardrobe, and also to the information point. And there in the information point, you can also get more help from the workers. Some bad examples. Like I always said, if there is something is done, but it's not done perfectly, it's the same as it's not there. That means it's not usable. And this is just what we have seen by the time I have done whatever. Here we can see that the ramp is 90 meters, handrail is only one side, and in this point it would have been easier to install an elevator. And as I said, the stairs have to be marked, and the best way to see if it's marked or not is to make the black and white photo, and if it doesn't stand out, that means it's not there. Also, do not use the labels that are not easy to understand, and avoid the elements that are at the same color because it's very hard to see them, and on this label it's very hard to understand what toilet it is. Is it for the man, or is it for the woman, or is it for the or something else? Now, and thank you.